Hey everybody, thanks for joining us and welcome to the 11th edition of Fight Like the Movies, the tutorial series where we study cinema's most epic fight scenes and employ what we discover to develop a deeper understanding of film combat. I'm your instructor, TJ Cencula, and this week's episode, Troy, the 2004 film directed by Wolfgang Petersen with stunt coordination by Simon Crane. Let's roll it! The showdown between Hector and Achilles is the stuff of myth. Literally. It's one of the most famous duels of the ancient world, and filmmakers went a long way to live up to the legend. In a film fraught with fights on a massive scale, this one-on-one contest between two champions stands out as the centerpiece, and also stands out as one of the most memorable on-screen duels to date. The actors invested a great deal of time and energy into learning very lengthy and demanding choreography that involves a great deal of unconventional techniques. The movement style for Achilles is distinctly set apart from how any of the other characters move in this film. It harkens more to how an animal might move than a trained man. He combines grace and power, like a member of the big cat family, a cheetah or a panther. He's lithe, agile, and adaptable. His defensive movements play more like instinctive reactions than calculated choices, which is, I would suggest, more difficult to physically achieve than one might think, when you remember that a fight like this is so carefully and extensively rehearsed that maintaining such a convincing level of spontaneity is exceptional. Any time warp or motion effects are subtle, employed only to stretch out hang time on an epic leap or to punctuate an impact, but they certainly don't make a point of drawing attention to themselves. The overall impression is that the audience is viewing this fight in real time. The actors sustain a very balanced sense of momentum, both in the literal sense of how their bodies physically traverse the terrain and in the overarching ebb and flow of the fight story. The choreography masterfully maneuvers the actors through an incredibly varied spacing array, playing with different hand positions to explore all achievable attack ranges with a spear, and later transitioning into a fast-paced close-range contest of short swords and shields. Several specific moves may at first seem like obscure choices, or positions where function gives way to style for the purpose of creating a unique visual. But to the credit of the actors and the fight choreographer, they justify the heck out of it, making it not only pay service to originality, but offering up an abundant feast for the eyes. It's Meet the Class time! We all know what's waiting inside that Trojan horse, a whole lot of action. For this week's lesson, we wanted an ancient world, single combat duel to the death, where two titans of their time clash off in single combat, where only one can survive. The ways that the spears are used in this film are a little bit unconventional, and we wanted to bring some of that flavor to our fight. In order to effectively wield a spear in combat, it is all about stick management. This thing can be your best friend or your worst enemy. Depending on where you put the other side of it, the piece that you're not using, it can trip you up, or it can set you up for where you want it to be on the next move. And that's really the critical point. Speaking of point, you need to really make sure that the tip is the side that you want it to be on when you want it to be there. And it's very easy to get lost. You can, just by doing a small subtle shift of the hand, get stuck with the exact wrong end. So part of that choreography is remembering how your hand is coordinating the stick through the space. On that note, there are a couple different ways to hold it. It's a little bit easier when you don't have a shield in your hand to manage the spear, because that allows you two hands to be able to switch it. When you only have one hand, like we do in this fight, there's a good chance that you're going to want to balance it out so that you could attack with both ends. Plus, it's pretty obvious, but the more you hold it to the end, the heavier this thing becomes. And to be able to maintain that position for an extended period of time with an actual wood weapon with a steel tip on it, it can get really heavy. So making it safe and still look dangerous can be challenging. So we want to find a way to engage the body and not make the arm responsible for that action. So if we're rotating our torso, it gives us a lot more control over this weapon than if we're just swinging our arms. Coincidentally, the arm swing is much less powerful looking than if we just engage our legs and rotate our body. Because swords is such a cool part of the movie, we wanted to incorporate that into our fight too. They pull out the swords in the film because their spears got broken. Now, as you can probably imagine, breaking spears isn't something that they did on every take. This is something that you set up as an insert shot or a coverage shot, where you design the shot specifically around the fact that that weapon's gonna break. So the cameras are focused to it, it's lit specifically for that, and it's a very controlled environment. In our scene, we're not gonna break any weapons, so we pretty much did two separate fights that we kind of butt up against each other. We wanted to do a lot of short, quick actions. And in the movie, they do some really impressive ducks, so a lot of our hits, we don't have them blocking it, we have them just moving out of the way. There are also some unconventional techniques. He kind of folds his shield around his back and spins around and uses it like, kind of like how a turtle defends themselves. The students did a pretty good job of swinging them around without hitting anybody.
This is another one of your messes I'm going to have to clean up. Hector! Look at him out there, stalking me, calling my name. Hector! You started this. This is all your fault, you know. Hector! She's not even that good looking. I can't believe you said that. She's the most beautiful woman in the world. Hector! Come fight me! Let me help you. I'm good with a bow. I had an entire trilogy to practice. No, you just stay here and let me handle it. You'll only get my way. Fine. Get up, Prince! I will not have a rock take my glory. Alright, I'll admit it. It's a good thing you helped me. Who knows what might have happened if you didn't hit Achilles' heel. I might have died. Pew pew! Pew 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 pew!
Thanks to Tony Noto for coming in and being our golden demigod and facing off against me and my little bro. Oh man, little brothers, what are you gonna do? That is a wrap. Hope you liked this episode of Fight Like the Movies. If you did, be sure to like this video, click that subscribe link, and why not follow us on Facebook? Fight Like the Movies also has a presence now on Instagram and Twitter, so you can follow us there too. For those of you guys in the Los Angeles area, come check us out at Swordplay Studios in Burbank, California, where you can learn to fight like the movies. All skill levels are welcome, and we would love to see you there. Till next time, and cut.